Hi everybody, it's Kate here for this week's Spotfire Session. I hope you're all well, and today I want to talk to you about those situations where you can tell that somebody's having a problem, that there's something going on, but they won't tell you what's going on. And the reason I mention this is because I've often been asked by a number of CEOs about how can you get somebody to talk to you when they won't speak up, and they always tell me, I know there's a problem, I know that there's something going on, but whenever I ask, are you okay, because there's something going on and I don't know what it is, they just go, oh no, it's fine. So I want to talk to you today about what's going on in that situation and how you can address that and make the person feel more comfortable to share what's going on. So the first reason why somebody might not want to tell you what's going on is because they're embarrassed. And they could be embarrassed because it's a highly personal issue, and it may be that they're dealing with some mental health issues or family issues. And there might be this sense that there's an expectation that they are going to cope and manage everything, particularly when people apply for a job and they've stressed that they're really good at coping and they're really good at dealing with situations. They may not tell you that there's a problem because they want you to respect the fact that they are superheroes who can manage everything, because that's what they've tried to sell you. And so they are literally trying to prove that they can manage through this difficult period in their life no matter what, and work will not be affected despite what else is going on in their lives. The reality is that chances are that if somebody is dealing with some issues in their personal life, that it is going to impact on their working life and their capacity to do work. So it is really good to have an opportunity to understand that. But if somebody is really embarrassed, and there could be a mental health issue, it could be that they're dealing with an addiction of some sort, it could be a whole range of different things that are going on. And if they're feeling embarrassed, then they're unlikely to want to share that information with anybody, particularly the boss, who might think that their performance is going to be reduced as a result of that issue. So that might be one reason why they don't want to tell you what's going on. The other reason why they might not want to tell you what's going on is because they're concerned about your response to whatever it is. So there's a problem, but they think that their job might be at risk if they tell you what the problem is, or they might think that you will get angry with them, or you'll be disappointed in them, or a whole range of different things. And so if they think they're going to either let you down, or ultimately they think that you will get mad and you might react strongly to the information, then again, they might not be so willing to tell you what's going on in that moment. And in both those scenarios, the thing that you need to be able to do is to build some trust so that they can feel safe to share with you. And that's not always easy, because as a CEO, as a boss, as an employer, this person is reliant on you to pay their wages, and they want to make sure that you respect them, and so they're unlikely to share information with you that's going to put that at risk. So the way in which you build relationships is you spend time with people. You get to know them, you have conversations about personal matters which have got nothing to do with work. You go and have a coffee with people, you take the time to let them know that you care about them. You remember important things about them. You remember birthdays, you remember their children's names, you remember special events in their lives. You make an effort to build a relationship with the people that work with you and for you. And when you have built some trust and you have got a rapport with these people, and they trust you, then you can pull somebody aside, you can take them out for coffee, and you can say, I'm really concerned about you. You seem like you're struggling with a few things. Is there anything I can do to help you? And just open the door for them to tell you. Don't ask them to tell you what it is in that moment, because they might not tell you straight away. But give them an opportunity to let you know that they're feeling stressed and they're dealing with an issue. And eventually, when they feel confident, they're more likely to tell you. But if you're one of those bosses who tends to have sort of explosions from time to time, or you react very strongly to situations, then chances are they might never tell you, because they might not feel that it would ever be safe enough to do that. So as the boss, as a leader, we have a responsibility to provide a safe work environment for our staff. And part of that is looking after people all of the time and not necessarily reacting when we hear some bad news. Because we need people to tell us things. We need people to tell us if they're struggling. We need people to tell us if they've made a mistake. We need people to tell us if they have noticed that somebody else is struggling and they think they need some support. Whatever it is, we're that person who has to be a beacon for the rest of the team to come to when things are not going well, which means that we have to be able to be calm and cool-headed all of the time. And that's really difficult. I mean, it's really difficult because as leaders, we have to be successful. We have to make money. We have to satisfy boards. We have to meet KPIs. We have to do all of those things. So as a general rule, a lot of leaders are very stressed all of the time, which means that they are often likely to react very strongly to information that's going to result in productivity being reduced, or a person's performance being affected by whatever's going on in their personal life, or by a mistake happening. So what we need to do is look after ourselves so that when people do come to us, we can be calm. We're not going to overreact. We are going to be caring and thoughtful, and we're going to think. We're going to be able to think in the moment about how we're going to respond to this situation that's now been put to us. But we want people to share with us. We want people to tell us what's going on, and it won't happen if we sometimes lose it and explode and are not kind and generous and thoughtful with our staff. So there are two reasons why people don't tell you something. The first is that they're embarrassed. The second one is that they're concerned about the leader's response to this information. And in both situations, what we need as leaders is to let our teams know that they can trust us, that we're going to be respectful of the information, that we're going to be sympathetic, empathetic, we're going to hold people accountable, we're going to be the leader. We are going to be the leader, because that's what they need. They need you to be a leader that follows through, that's caring and thoughtful, and is not going to then later say or do something which is going to embarrass that person in front of the team. So you need to then think through, if somebody does tell you something that's incredibly personal, you need to think through about how you're going to deal with that information. And you need to talk to that person about what they would like and the way in which that information then is going to be presented to the rest of the team. I've had a number of situations where a member of the team has had mental health issues and they have been really struggling, and it all comes out, and it is part of, it's part of an issue that then gets addressed. And we need to deal with that. And it's important that as a leader, then we stop and we talk to that person about how they want that information to be dealt with. How can we respect that information with the rest of the team? So I hope that's of some assistance to you. It's really important that we as leaders take responsibility in these moments. If people are not telling us that there's a problem, then that's potentially on us. We're the ones that need to provide the environment that make it safe for people to tell us what's going on. If you need any help with any of that, please let me know. There's going to be some new materials released on my Teams That Thrive online program as of Wednesday. I'm rolling that out. If anybody's got a team that they would like to build the rapport and the teamship, the teamworkness, the productivity, whatever, if they want their team to feel closer and to work better together, then Teams That Thrive is a really great program for that. So let me know if there's anything I can do to help, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.